My title today is I can't do this anymore because finally found this fractals, and like last night, I don't know, like I was kind of thinking about it. I was actually stretching, like, my legs and stuff like that, and I was actually thought about it. It's like, okay, when was the last dip, right? And then when was the recent dip, right? I mean, the recent dip is currently is kind of ongoing. Um, and I was thinking about like AMC fractals as well, and I'm like, hmm. And then I'm like, and it just like, when you like when you're like pondering, like thinking about something, and then when you suddenly hit you like a bullet, like just like a light up speed, and then just hit your head, and then be like, holy shit! If this is what they're making, it's gonna be like crazy. And then I just come to my computers, and then open up the trading views, and then pull back the fractals, and then I just slash on it, attached onto the current fractals. I'm like, fuck, this is it. And I personally don't know if I should share this one, because it's just going to make sense. I mean, yeah. So this is the only fractal I can share with you. So yeah. So the last pullback, not the recent pullback, the last pullback was this one. Like I was thinking about when was the last pullback that had a sharp pullback, and I remember it was here. And then I know what recent pullback is going, so I'm like, okay, if that's the case, I remember this fractals. Okay. And then I'm pretty sure there's people who might be seeing this, what I'm seeing, and they'd be like, holy shit, right? And there might be people like, what this guy's using, what kind of fractals he's, pulling this out from, people might be wondering. um all I can say is, some people might wonder when will be the roaring key twist gonna happen and stuff like that. um and based on what I'm looking at, um it's going to happen in March, in my opinion. And then the other thing I want to mention is the other thing I mentioned is actually, I like to see RSI. I check RSI and MACD, and then it's exactly same thing. Fuck. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit more time, but I wanna, because I don't wanna. Okay, like at this point, like if I share this, like some people might they see this and then be like, oh yeah, I know what he's looking at. And then I know people have call options, and there's a lot of option traders want to make money from here, same as me. Um, so and then um, I don't know. Yeah, so I check all the RSI, MACD, all the indicators. It's just clearly making same thing, but much bigger run. So for me, I wanted to see a couple confirmation. I want to see that for the next couple weeks, and then maybe I might be sharing this one, because um, I just want to see that confirmation. There's a couple more things I want to see before I want to share everything. So just be patient. I'll be sharing all this later on, and then within 2 weeks, it could be faster. I just need to see that confirmation. So basically, they're making a bigger squeeze. But the first question is, are they making some sort of a 2020 cycles, or are they making a repeat of the last run? And then yeah. So anyway, we'll see for next 1 or 2 weeks, and then once I see that some of the confirmation, I'll share whole things. I know people ask me like, when do you think this gonna price gonna, what's gonna happen to the price, in this month, and I cannot really answer all the questions. But all I can say is March. um and then people might, like what I post about Bitcoin, people don't like to hear, uh you know my calls getting hit and all that stuff. Like, I've been lost. I lost a lot of money from call options too. Like, so, it is what it is. I mean, but it's really important to find out the, when when is the when, right? So when you actually hit that month, for the strike price, and then if it goes way higher than, um you know what you have, then, yeah, definitely is going to that much. You have a lot of gains, right? So, I remember, but I don't know how IV is gonna work in March, but I remember, I put 5,000 USD in June, and it went up 100% last, like, yes, like a day after, and then I remember my gain was 100K. So I think, so all I can say is, in March, I don't know how IB was back then, but I think, in March, I think, it could be higher. Like, it could be higher than that. That's all I can say right now. And I don't want to, share like wrong information at this point, because a lot of people are frustrated. I call out the January OPEX is gonna be a fake out. So that was right. But from at this point, yeah, I'll be sharing the whole thing within 2 weeks once I see confirmation, and then, and then you'll be like seeing like, oh shit, this is what he's talking about. So yeah, hope you guys understand, because I want to see more couple confirmation, people I share whole things, and then, once I see that confirmation, then, it's more likely, we'll use these fractals to, run for next squeeze. So, and then the other thing is, people also ask like, is March gonna be the squeeze phase? And I'm I didn't say that. I don't think March is the squeeze phase. Uh, but all I can say is, I don't know why July 741 is a number that I'm seeing here. Not only GameStop, but also, AMC and SIRI and stuff like that. There was a guy, I'm not gonna mention his name. There's a guy who sent me a message that, he's seeing. I don't know if I should share this one. I'm not gonna share his ID. I mean his name, but he shared this picture, so I can share this one. And this is not financial advice, and I'm not gonna, this, like, don't get encouraged by to buy calls because I say so or share this thing. But I at least, I think, we should wait, for me at least. I need to see more information about Siri, but I know Siri is gonna run. What he shared with me today was there was a 5K blocks of Siri calls. So there's a size on the right side, and this, the call, purchase on January 6th, and what he mentioned was, this seems to be like, Roaring Kitty, and he need to see more confirmation. Like, he didn't, like, he said like he need to see more confirmation. So, as you remember, back in May run, there was a lot of 5,000 block calls or something like that, like buying pressures, and it started to happening in Siri. So it's kind of building up there, and I personally don't know if this is RK or not, but I did see that this contract is expire on June 20th. Okay, and June 20th for 32 $34 call options, in my opinion, is gonna go in the money. Okay, and I think, I need to see more confirmation, so I'm gonna ask him to keep me updated with the Siri calls. Um, but the way I see Siri is that I do think that we are still kind of tracking this one. Okay, and then I need to see this thing push up to fill this gap. And then what I also noticed is that end of March or end of April, there will be some pullback, like large pullback or crash into entire market. So so something will get impact the SIRI call or SIRI price as well. So I'm gonna still watching this SIRI. So somebody is gonna build this calls. I mean 5,000 call options is kind of huge. So so June is here. Sorry, this is June 2nd. So this is early June. So still like based on these fractals, if they run like that, doesn't mean that it's gonna run like that. But if run like that, this is fractals from 2023 June here, May, June. I think they're running same thing, right? Like I mentioned, this green box is here, and this is kind of where we at right now. So like this gonna, yeah, this is kind of where we at. So we're gonna go like that. But before we're heading to this, there's pullback before run, right? So I think there was a pullback here happen, which will happen this phase. There was a pullback, right? One, sorry, not one. So there was, it pushed up and then pushed back down. So we need to see this thing price moving up towards this level. And I want to see that confirmation. There's a gap left here at $28. So I want to see this guy building the option chain here. So yeah, just want to share that there's somebody's building 5,000 blocks of SIRI calls right now for June. And I see that based on fractals by June, early June, SIRI should go hit like 50. So, and then SIRI also has a gap here at $100. And I do think that it's gonna mimicking same type of price movement as it's showing here. There was a gap here, and then it did run after this pullback, and then rally happened, and then fill this gap. I think they might using the same kind of pattern here or fractals here. So buy, in my opinion, I don't know. It's really hard to say, you know, when it's gonna be the peak of the squeeze. I mean, I'm not market maker. A lot of people kind of think that I'm market maker, but I'm not. If if everything I say is correct, I should be at Citadel, right? Not, you know, not sitting around here. Yeah, I need to see this. So, you know, I'll be patient with SIRI a little bit more. Like, yeah. So I think this will hit, fill the gap. I need to see that. That will be the first confirmation. The second confirmation for SIRI for me is that if this will hit this level, which is about $35, and hit this bottom again, that will be my second confirmation. So first one, gap fill, and then hit this level and pull back down, making some sort of a cat faces, and then one last pullback before run. So if they're mimicking same thing, so I need to see that. So I need to see three more confirmation. One, fill the gap. Second, hit this level and then come down, and then do this one and come down, and that will be my final confirmation. And then I think it's not too, I'm gonna play you know, if I buy SIRI, I'm gonna play options for sure. I already test with SIRI calls for twice, and then I was so surprised that SIRI, I bought SIRI calls from here, hit the when it hit the bottom, and then this went up about 20%, and then my gain was about more than 500% to 700%, or at the maximum 1,000% actually. So I was so surprised how SIRI was moving up so much, and then imagine if this SIRI go up to this level, and I cannot tell how much it's gonna, you know, go up. So I think SIRI can be extremely good play. But yeah, I think there's a couple confirmation I need to see by April. So you know, and then if you buy calls early, I mean, if you buy calls for June, yeah, sure. But if they do this kind of stuff, I think by when this thing pullback happen, by April, I think maybe a lot of they're gonna kill IV, right? They're gonna try to kill IV as much as, you know, not IB, what was it, like, yeah, IB. Yeah, they're gonna kill like options as much as possible, right? Trying to shake people off. And then I think that might be still good, opportunity to buy this, so maybe they're not gonna do this, type of thing, but that's just what I believe. They just seems to run the same fractals, from the last run. So, but it's just kind of like much more a stretched out version of this time. So that's kind of some of the thing I wanted to see. I mean, if they wanna, yeah, we are like here. This thing needs to be stretched out like that. So yeah, like this might hit like April, June. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they're gonna run this early, yeah, sure. I mean, but I think there's gonna be a pullback. Oh, I mean, for sure by March or April. So I'm gonna still watching this one out, um, to see if they're gonna do that. And then I do think they're gonna do that, and I think there's gonna be an opportunity where, oh yeah, maybe this is good time to buy before they're gonna run. Um, Yeah, so we might be like here. So by February OPEX area, yeah, this SIRI goes to 38. By March, yeah, end of March or something like that, yeah, pullback. And I think, yeah, it's not too, yeah, I think, yeah, it will be a good time to buy maybe calls there. And I need to see that, right? So I'm gonna, just check, how things gonna happen. So, yeah, that's Siri. So yeah, yeah, but I think somebody's kind of building a position right now, and I just kind of want to mention that here. And this thing also, if they're gonna run like this thing also hits in July, so July 14th. So that's really weird. Like like why everything hits in July 14th? Like why? Like I want to call somebody. Like I want to call somebody and then ask somebody like why everything squeezed in July. Like it's like 741. It's like maybe like if anybody knows why everything squeezed in 714, please comment down below. Everything, like I have no idea why series everything, like Toy R Us might be too, maybe, but I mean depends on them. But yeah, Toy R Us is here, so if Toy R Us blow up to this level, then it means they're gonna track this kind of fractals here, right? It hits here, it was kind of moving around here, come back down, and drop this much, pull, if this thing push upward and have a pullback and then do this kind of stuff. I mean, it depends how they're gonna run. I mean, it says end of the year, but it's still like, yeah, something's gonna happen. Like this year, like I think this is the year that this whole cleanup operation is gonna happen. Now Donald Trump becomes the president, official U.S. president, and then yeah, he signed 200 executive orders or something. Like he signed a lot of things, and yeah, Ryan Cohen is just sit back and just waiting for his confirmation. Like maybe he just just waiting for Donald Trump to like, hey, okay, time to go, do your move, and then he's gonna just do M&A, or merger acquisitions or whatever. He's gonna do something. So and BBY, yeah, like I've been kind of mentioning, like, yeah, I think BBY is gonna come out like March or like, but I did mention February because I want to share this thing with people that people ask like, oh, you said February, but why you keep changing to March or something like that. I did mention February, but it takes about 2 weeks to get the shares out, right? So I think somebody shared this last year, but when you look at this post, this is all like a history of a M&A, right? And then every time when there was a merger approval, it takes about 2 weeks, or approximately 2 weeks, to delist the stocks and then get the new shares out, right? Distribution of cash or the new shares, and it takes about 2 weeks. This one takes 10 days, which is to about 2 weeks. Waiting period about 3 weeks, so 2 to 3 weeks. So I do expect that BBBY is gonna announce something on the second week here, which is kind of RC kind of hints, and then it might be the time. Who knows? But it kind of matched with my theory where okay, that's when GameStop move. And I don't know why GameStop move in March or end of February if early, but I think March is the month, and I don't know why. So I don't know. Something's gonna happen March. Um, so yeah, that's just I want to see a couple more confirmation before I share whole thing, but that's kind of what I want to share for today. Um, and then February, yeah, February we got the final hearing on the February 4th, I believe. We got the RC reply on the BBY versus RC case on February 3rd. So it's coming into a couple weeks, right? So it's very soon. Now Donald Trump is back in office, so yeah, that's good. So yeah, he might just give RC sign, hey, it's time to go. And then it needs 10 days for RC or somebody to file SEC filings by 10 days. So if they did a final hearing by February 4th, 10 days is like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So but like by February 18th, something like that, if it is business day, not counting weekends, by February 18th they have to drop SEC filings, and boom, you know and then it takes about 2 weeks. So maybe let's say if count it from here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So March 4th, around the first week of March, that's when the maybe BBY distribution comes out. And then when BBY distribution comes out, the short has to cover their short positions, right? So I think something's gonna happen in March. And then I'll show you the complete TA later on when I see a couple more confirmation. But that's kind of what I see here. So I think they're preparing something. And then by July, I don't know why they set it up in July, around July 14, like, which is 741. Why everything blew up in July? I don't know why or who set it up that way. Even SIRI looks like that. GameStop looks like that. AMC looks like that. Why everything setting up for a squeeze in July? So something's gonna cook in here. So just be patient. I know people who buy calls and stuff like that. They want to see the answers and stuff like that. But today, I just want to take some moments just to pull back, and I just want to see a couple more confirmation, because I think this will be my final TA for the squeeze phases. Like people have this, a lot of people disappointed about like what I post, and I feel like like yeah, I did my best to really track things, and I put my money and stuff like that too. So I lost money too, things like that. But this time I really want to see more confirmation before I share my final GameStop TA. So people make money. People make a lot of money from here, as I do too. So so yeah, hopefully you guys can understand that. And then yeah, I don't know, I feel, yeah, since I think since I'm doing this live streaming on X, I feel more I don't know, responsible. I don't know, I shouldn't feel that way, but a lot of people are watching. I don't know if these are all AI fake audiences, because when I do live streaming on YouTube, on my new channel, there's like maybe 60 or 70 people show up, and then now it's like 1,000 people are watching. So I don't know if this is all real people or fake people. But yeah, let's see. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. So yeah, have a good night, and then I'll see you guys in next updates. Thank you.